gonna give this a whirl. Just can't make any promises about what this is gonna be connection-wise. If you were around last time, it's kind of doing a little overview of the trail of tape so far, and how I'd very much like to reconnect with Chicago, and I'd yet to go into Denver. People in Denver, Jay, MLH, Oop Media, Sweets on Slice, y'all, and many others who show up who aren't throwing down handles or channels or anything like that. Just beautiful people doing beautiful things. Very much like to reconnect. But on the tip of Chicago, I was kind of leaning in. It'd be nice to reconvene. But generally, hi! How y'all doing? It's another beautiful day in the neighborhood. Got some neighbors. Hope y'all are doing well. Hope y'all are, yeah. Last pit stop to LA. Hello there. Hello. Hello, Debbie. Hello. It's very nice to see y'all. Yeah. Yeah, hello, Sally. Hello, Amy. How much longer? 6 hours or so? 6 hours of driving by Google Maps, which could mean anything. Oh, no way, Dan's up in here? Dan's up in here. Up in here, hoping to meet Dan walks away. Laughs me much better, hopefully. You know, it is the road. It could change. Could not. Could, would, should. But either way. Ha 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 ha. And there. Yeah. Seriously. Doing great work. Like humor, song. I haven't seen dance yet. Dan dances LA. You know. Not that you haven't, I just haven't seen it. Love the, you know, it's always solid at the beginning. So, yeah, doing a reconvening here after the shittiest connections, the most terrible, terribles, and like I said, it was recapping the trail of the tape. Tale of 3 cities, now it's going to be 4, hopefully more. I've got friends up and down the West Coast, not as many in Los Angeles. Los Angeles did things to my friends. Los Angeles does things to people, I've seen. I do like it, but it seems like it's got big teeth and crushing bits. The beautiful people that I see on my screen don't seem as terribly bitten or crushed as many. And I think maybe they are out there probably for better reasons than some of my former compatriots. But yeah, looking forward to the La La Land. And, you know, this East Coast kid, you know, is trying to learn from each one of these things. Yeah, it's a weird spectacle, all right. You bet. I mean, I've done shows in LA, you know. I've been a spectacle. Around the place. It just seems, even for spectacles, it's particularly, like, knurled in on itself a little bit. And it seems like people coming out of La Poubelle are, like, the extreme victims of this as a process. Like, extreme. Where they believe their own bullshit. They believe all of it, to the point where they're trying to superimpose their seemingly completely artificial world onto all others. And I don't have a lot of patience for that. I don't know. I've seen some real halls of power. I've seen some real money get exchanged. These are fakers, okay? In my book, in my estimation. They're not tough. They're not actually powerful. They don't actually do anything of real consequence. And to me, they don't have very much to be proud of. Though they act like it to very many of what I believe are extremely well-meaning and heartfelt and upstanding citizens out there outside of La Poubelle, outside of not just there, but all over LA. You know, out on the boulevard, in front of all the big honkin' Scientology buildings. But I mean, there's a part of LA that is really fantastic, obviously, and it's generally the people. The organic things that get developed in such like a pressure cooker as a city like LA create some frickin' diamonds. I've loved these diamonds for my whole life. You know, what the heck it pushes out. Dan walks out. How long? How long? As long as it takes. As long as LA takes me, I guess. I'm a kite on this trip. I usually have an itinerary and a plan and a thing. I've been sticking my finger. Oh yeah, I've been sticking my I'm glad you agree. I've been sticking my finger in the air and seeing which way the wind is blowing and just going with that, like literally moment to moment. When I decided to go to Austin, you know, I asked the chat because I was completely split between going to Texas and going to Los Angeles. One of the deciding factors was Pearl Snappy dropped me my first super chat of all of my super chats, which it's not like I have a lot of super chats, but she was the first in there, $4.99 Pearl Snappy. Which caused a little deluge afterwards. You know, trendsetter. Yes. All hail, Pearl Snappy. If you didn't know, hardcore generalissimo, holding down the fort in Austin in a beautiful way. So yeah, LA is a different beast, and in every city, yeah, she's super great. I try to go with what the heck the scenario is. You know, this isn't my town. It's not my stage. I don't know the lay of the land, or I mean, there's knowing the story, but who is it? Alfred Korzybski, as a Polish philosopher from the mid-20th century, I think is famous for the phrase, the map is not the territory. Okay, so reading the map doesn't mean that you've been there. Reading the book, knowing about the thing is not the experience of the thing. And so, like when I went to Denver, you know, I was coming in from Chicago, coming in hot from yelling at the cops for 3 days and getting assaulted and full force of the full force of Chicago PD all over us, and the city just being completely compliant with whatever Sciento motherfucker wanted, and they got it, pretty much everything, and all of it, like almost all of it, from all of the street closures to the work that they were doing on the setup day was all illegal, like a gazillion civic and OSHA violations all over the place. They didn't care. And so I was just rip-roaring like, let's get Sciento all the way. Let's get them. And Denver's not that kind of town. I mean, you need to resist, and Jay does when it gets freaking violent. Jay is, he's no pushover. I was mistaken, you know, watching his streams. He's so kind, he's so gentle. He's got this gentle tone of voice, you know, this kind of piercing, calm, laconic gaze. And I wasn't sure if there was like another gear here. You never know. But again, you never know. Unless, well, you find out who's been kicking a tree their whole life. And it seems like Jay's been kicking a kind of tree because, yeah, when they put the cuffs on him, no hesitation. Just like, these are my rights. This is what's wrong. Hey, you jerks. Hey, you MFers, get me the hell out of these cuffs. Is exactly what I want to see from anybody doing this. You know, these are bullies. You show bully weakness. You show a bully fear. And they're going to bully some more. And so it's like you're spreading the bully gene around by allowing it to survive in that state. Jay is not one of these people. And again, when Erdis Johnson, Sea Org member, thought he would F around and then found out in under 5 minutes of Jay starting to stream, in under 1 minute of Jay leaving his vehicle, he didn't do anything untoward. He defended himself rightly. He tried to get his property back, and then he made sure that guy didn't abscond, didn't run. So you know, I tried to take to what had been prepared already, rather than, you know, just, but it's me, it's my way, you know, something like that. Not interested in that. Well, I am. I think everybody is to a degree, but I don't know. I'm used to supporting other people's vision, being a designer and theater artist on the stage in multiple departments, and being a musician on stage, being the drummer, being like hiding behind things, hiding behind a bunch of drums and cymbals. Either way, I'm used to doing the supportive role, and it, you know, not everybody needs to be the star of everything. There's so much work to be done to support people. If you really like what they're doing, yeah, if you can be helpful, get involved, and lend a hand. Well, lend your expertise. Because I've just found beautiful theatrical productions are usually done by committee, and a whole bunch of people with different kinds of personalities and different perspectives looking at the same thing, working together to achieve something. And so this is, so yeah, trying to learn from anybody that's there. And so, you know, hitting Austin, Pearl Snappy, same thing. Although we were very much on the same page. We were on very much similar pages. Although copious notes there, and continuing to do so. But it was a joy sharing the street with her. It was a joy being in the presence of the RC car, holy Moses, and seeing a new character enter the car on the day, seeing the pre-production for this. I mean, just so much giggling, so much wonderful stupidity, really. It's not really stupid, though. Yeah, absurd, maybe, hilarious, yeah. But, comedy. So LA, no different, right? LA probably, like, geometrically kind of more to take in, more history, more lines of attack by Sciento, a greater presence that they have within the political system and the police than anywhere else that I've been. You know, I mean, they seemingly own Chicago, but not like LA. And so, trying to see who wants to go to Gold, like a little field trip, picnic kind of thing. Maybe anybody that has escaped that place wants to give a tour. I mean, maybe it's been done before. I don't know, but it'd be nice. I want to see the whole thing. I mean, I've seen it in documentaries for, like, you know, over a decade, you know, all these places. And I've seen a few different kinds of Scientologists now. I think I'm better prepared for Los Angeles. I'm kind of glad I didn't go immediately to Los Angeles. Place like my own like stupid hero's journey thing. You know, trying to pick up everything before I go to the big boss. A little gas in the trunk. I mean, in the gas tank, or burn my sassafras. Thank you very much. Gas prices out here are quite something. The other thing is streets. Trying to learn from streets. I mean, I know something about the law. I know something about police procedure, but not enough to feel confident about toe-to-toe with a police force as corrupt as my hometown police force of Boston, Massachusetts. And I think the greater Boston area is desperately in need of the kind of strategic, triangulated First Amendment auditing that Streets brings to the table. And since I've already had some truck with the giving myself I don't mean physically, but you know, the people in my life and all that kind of good stuff. So looking to try to shadow Streets if he's working at all, and see whatever oh, Matthew the King, my man. Seeing what I can get out of that. Not the best in telecommunic. So, yeah, I'm gonna make myself available. Seemingly, I'm just gonna kind of trying to gather the information side about what all of this is and what it might mean, what the players are, who's motivated to do what, to be able to make these decisions. Information, because man has the distinct what the hell is going on? What the hell is going on? Because it needs it. And critiqued. It's how the refinement process of any between the outside of the movement and the inside. And to see what people need on the ground, see what's working, see what's not working, and to have a system by which more people can be brought in and looking for the next kind of circle in a series of concentric circles of potential useful individuals in this movement, and to try to attract them to the inside. And there's like a really good core and a fair number of extremely active satellites right now. And so this, to me, to have a growth year. You know, that's what we talk about in bands or festivals, all these other things. As unknown entity, and correctly or incorrectly. But by the time you do that, you create kind of an expectation for action. And even if you said you weren't going to do all that much, it's bad as Rome's. It's less connections and before I do anything like that, reservations, it looks good. It looks how do you stop this crazy thing? I think investigate the human trafficking angle first to capture the imagination. Let's see. What? Scream interrupted. Stream interrupted. Okay, Michael. Yes. Yeah, it was. Several times interrupted. It continues to be interrupted. I thought you said scream. But yeah. I take Serge's line. That's where I naturally am at. I take Serge's line. Serge believes the priority should be on the children, should be on federal prosecution for the crimes perpetrated by the Church of Scientology, I wholeheartedly agree. I believe not only is it the moral and right thing to do, not only is it the best method by which you can engage in harm reduction by ending the practice of abuse. I think Serge is completely right. Strategic move, wider audience, on the basis of people's general concern for the welfare of children. And so anybody that takes care of a kid, and anybody that has a child or a child in their life that wants to protect them, they can see even a little bit of what we can see. If we can show suburban whoever a little bit of what Serge sees in this, they're so I yeah, going over how I support Serge for the next steps of this movement. So I'm going to be taking that line as much as I possibly can. And until I find a better, more strategic way of achieving the goals of ending Scientology, I will be harping on that one as hard as possible. As far as I'm concerned, it's what's going to capture the national imagination, and then So look into. So I should have an okay connection. There's plenty of internet infrastructure in the place. So there's plenty. But yeah, I just don't see why the kids aren't, it's not full. Not so much. I don't care. The money is going to be what finally kills them, finally strangles out the last little bit of it. But first, people have to know what the heck's going on so they can join in and they know why. Like a money battle with a church, they're like, yeah, we've seen that a million times before. And yeah, some churches, this is not what this is. And it could be easily confused as that. I mean, it's okay, and it's spotty, and it's gonna be spotty. I don't know if you guys, follow Danny and Leah across the country, but that was spotty AF. And it's just what it is on the highways of today. And the this and the that, and they, you want the storyline, you want the graphics, and the Chiron, you want all these things. It's fine. But yeah, still going on strategy here. And like my big ideas about this thing, not knowing anything from the inner successes all over the place. But it's next step time. Like grounded. I'm very curious to see what's next step, because this needs to grow. There's a huge potential for growth right now. And moving into the summer, when the weather is getting better and more people are going to be joining us out on the street, we need to be ready for that too. Give them things to do, give them a place to be, give them a purpose, give them the information. Perhaps this is one of the things that the foundation can do as far as provide like a whole host of information for protesters in various cities. And so that's, the org, location, phone number and name of the, the cop shop, any relevant health and safety organization that may have purview over what Scientology does and how it does it, especially for ideal org openings. Because all of us individually have had to scramble for this information ourselves. And the thing is that's going to be more difficult as more and more people join. And as more and more people join, there's going to become a point where there's going to have to be a central, and making them feel as though this is an organization that's going to offer some amount of security and safety, and that knows what the I'm like. Recognition. Some more just advice and information, and then hopefully a damn lawyer and a bail fund, like every other national protest movement ever. This isn't a snowflake. This isn't like, oh wow, the internet's working for the first time. I don't think, there's been a fair amount of things launched in this manner, to and from a bunch of places, and I very much hope this new foundation will offer more for the people showing up. Because I think if they do, more people will show up. Not much I can do on my own other than gripe. Criticize, be a gadfly. It's what I'm good at. Because honestly, I don't care what happens to me about it. I care about transferring the information and having it be out there. I don't care who take whatever credit. I care that the goals of this movement are met and are achieved. Which is the ending of the human suffering under yeah. So yeah, not sure what I'm facing here. Not sure what's going to be done. The law and the municipal codes of Los Angeles County seems to be in line with his supposition that they're doing so to acquire a new liquor license. I think so they're complying a little bit. It'd be a good time to kind of jump up and down on them a little bit. As they're not going to do the speaker thing and they've got the door open and, everybody's dining outside. I think, the protest outside of La Poubelle could be even more effective now than it has been in the past as far as very quickly limiting their ability. Hello, is that pup groomer? All right. It's a good chat when you got a pup groomer. For reals. We were following each other around last night. That was fun. That was diversity of information. Most definitely cellular network. And perhaps, if I had this gear, an antenna, forceps to better connect to them that was connected to all of this, it wouldn't be quite so bad. But I'm guessing this is where one telecommunications industry or giant holds sway over the other one and not with the other one. So is what it is. No, it's not YouTube. It's not Google throttling this so important message to the people. I mean, they're taking my words right out of their ears. I'm going to save them, right? Yeah. Hilarious. But yeah. So, I don't know if any of you are here right now. Again, questions, concern, criticism, critique, queries, jabs, jibes. All sorts of knavery. Hello, everyone, to you too. Crystal. What would you want to see happen next? Where do you want to see this go? Count your blessings. Out of 250 miles to Vegas, more of them with no signal. Yeah, indeed. To make a difference with this information on the day-to-day. And learn more about what all of that is and what the state are going time in maybe 10 minutes. It's not like there are a ton of you in here, but Please just be good to yourself. Hot tub. Oh yeah, well, I mean, that all sounds, well, thank you very much for that. I'm terrible at that. I'm terrible at, no, for me. I'm more interested in the ideas in my head or the music in my head. Going between my ears. And I am, well, forget all sorts of sleep, food, well, being the spirit. So I forget. It's a very, very good suggestion. It's very, very well taken. Thank you. I very much need that, because many of, I find, yeah, you know, the first few days in Chicago, I just ran myself pretty ragged out of sheer horror of witnessing what I was witnessing, and knowing that they were just gearing up. They're just gearing up. You know, they were already going after the college kids and everything, but they were just gearing up. Right? That's maybe a bad time for them after some bad publicity to be rooting right off the bat. But I think, you know, they're going to try to get better at all. Beep. That journey time. That beep. Journey time. So, thank you very much for that. Hot tub, if I can find one. Good long soak. Usually passing out on my computer. I've been doing it. Let's see. Can't wait to meet you. Oh, same here. We'll do some Pasadena action. Hopefully I'll be around for long enough to be able to do that. Looking forward very much to that. Thank you. Got that. It's very good. We are here. We're queer. Get used to it. At least some of us. I don't know. That's what I used to be called in high school. You know, like in a Boston accent. Matthew the King. So, yeah, it's something that I have to pay attention to, even when I'm saying that I'm paying attention to. I am going to take care of myself, me, and I'm going to do it. And I'll fail to do it. At least I'm feeding and water. It's good enough. I'm growing like a plant. Ooh, yeah. If there were more people in the chat, that might have been like a conspiracy thing. You know, somebody, oh, he's a plant. He's actually a plant. Like all of those stupid rumors about me. Just more being a the reasons this movement in a serious legal way. and it went away. Same could happen here. And if it was together in like a hotel convention kind of scenario in a central hub, centrally located for the least expense for the most people, and an affordable like convention market, but of the cops, time, next to time of day, what's happened before this is street. I've at least been able to. This is a few seconds of actual thing. So. Oh no. I'm so impressed with the heart of the people in this movement. Their willingness to